Hello everyone, Moonlight150 here, doing a little bit of a weird bonus video that I'm just kind of doing on the spur of the moment. I just got Volume 14, the official English translation from, not Zune, from 7 Seas, and I was just flipping through it as I usually do, just to check out some of my favorite chapters from the volume. And with this one in particular, this one actually does have a good set of my personal favorite chapters. So I was reading through it and, just comparing them to what we're so used to with the Zune translation. I just started thinking of, what does Zune do better? What are the good attempts that 7 Seas does? And I started comparing them in my head, just kind of going over it, and it really just got me thinking about, the English language and how when it comes to things like translation and then putting your own spin on things, localization and all that. And I thought it would be kind of fun to go over the entire volume. It might be the entire volume, it might just be a couple chapters, depends on how much I yap. But I thought this might be fun to just go by them side by side. I'm not screen sharing because it would be a mess to do that. So this is just an audio recording, and I'm just gonna add in my own edits later on. So it's none of Earl's editing is gonna be coming from this, so it's gonna be a very simple edit. But I thought this might be fun, just to go over and see what works, what doesn't, from both Zune's side and the 7 Seas side. And yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be posting this. This is an experiment, so if you are someone who is listening to this, that means I thought it was at least good enough to post, so we'll see. So we're actually going to be starting here with chapter 114 here, the first chapter of volume 14. A lot of 14s going on right now. Chapter 114, volume 14. So something interesting right off the bat here, this is one of my personal favorite chapters, and I hope we get some more of these, is the I'm so used to calling it the Sunderesque date, that they called it the Tsundere tinged date. Okay, right off the bat, we're gonna have to give the point to Zune here, because, I don't know, Sunderesque just rolls off the tongue better. I just don't know if because I'm used to it. But what does it mean, be tinged? Like, esque means it has that flavor of it. When you're saying something is esque, it has a flavor, it has a spice to it, so it's a tsundere flavored date. Where tinged, I guess you can also kind of relate that to food. I don't know. But something else interesting on this first page here is the fact that Zune's has like all of this dialogue, this text on it. It has the logo, it has the writer and the author, Nozawa and Nakamura, and then it has this little bit of flavor here with the Holy Trinity of Tsundere descends upon an earthly shrine. There is none of that on this the official English from 7 Seas. I just don't know if maybe because they're not promoting it, or it's such a weird thing. I've just never noticed that until now, but they don't have all of this goobly-gaw text here. I can understand not to put in this, like, Volume 11 is now on sale. I guess this might be because it's also promoting it, because as we're getting it from Zune, we're getting it basically like the Japanese version, to where they're promoting themselves. Like, here's the latest chapter, but remember, hey, the physical Volume 11 is now out. So I understand this not being here, but why not this little bit of a text right here, the Holy Trinity of Tsundere despawns an earthly shrine? Why do we have none of that? So does that also mean with all of this text down here they removed, they had to redraw like Mai's dress and everyone's pants and all that? Or do they have access to like the unaltered image from like Nozawa and whoever provides the images? Like, I wonder if they have like unaltered images of like, just so there's no branding text on there. That's an interesting question. I'd be curious to find out. But anyway, I've rambled long enough and we haven't even gotten to the first actual panel. Yap. So also interesting, right below that, speaking of text, they have this little recap here. Renterer lives the life for the sole purpose of making his girlfriends happy. Today they set out to try and solidify their prospects in love. There's none of that here in the 7 Seas version. They just removed that. So getting to the act, yeah, choking myself already. Maybe I'll just do this one chapter instead of the whole volume. The story so far, they're on a date to a shrine centered on love blessings. Renterer and the girls are out on a date at a shrine known to bring good luck with romance. So they're already first panel, the narrator box, we're already on an interesting thing to talk about. With Zune's translation, it says the story so far, which okay, I thought the story so far was out somewhere else, but it's not. They're on a date to a shrine centered on love blessings, which you can directly compare that to what Seven Seas is. Rentaro and the girls are out on a date at a shrine known to bring them. Just the way they're structuring that is so vastly different, because they're on a date. So this is implying that you are reading the narrator box as well as looking at the picture. So you can see that it's not the entire family, it's just Rentaro, Kurumi, Karane, and Mai. Whereas in the Seven Seas version, Rentaro and the girls. If you were to just read that text box by itself, you would think the entire family's there. Like, whoever is up to this point, which I think Mai is the latest. Yeah, because Rin would be the next chapter. So up to Mai, you would assume everyone's there, but then you look at the actual picture and you're like, oh no, it's just these three. So why not Rentaro and 3 of his girlfriends are out on a date to a shrine? Now, saying on a date to a shrine centered on love blessings versus a shrine known to bring good luck with romance is, you know, take or leave it. It's nothing, neither is particularly good or bad, it's just kind of whichever one you prefer. They're practically the same thing, just 2 different ways of saying the same thing. But the emphasis on they're on a date, the fact that the Zune translation is more focused on just saying, yes, we know you're reading this narrator box and looking at the picture, so you know who's here. Whereas Rentaro and the girls, which is so weird to say because when you say something like that, I think when it comes to the series, you would expect, and the girls, you're expecting everyone. I don't know. It does have the little text box here, or not even text, it's not a box, but it just says, unfortunately, the rest of the family was either busy or had other things come up. I actually kind of do like Seven Seas' version just a little bit more, where they say, unfortunately, the other members of the family had other plans or commitments. It's just a little bit embellishing. I kind of like that embellishment more than saying we're either busy or had other things come up. It's like the other things. It's very small, minute. Doesn't really matter. Now, once again, also what Love God is saying here, pretty much the same thing. Hey, why didn't you come to mine, or why not come to my place? Which, once again, it's a lot of take it or leave it. It's not that bad, but I do prefer Zune's where he's just like, hey, like, you know, he's offended. So he's got to come out and like, hey, what the fuck? Why didn't you come to my shrine? So I do like that. Just hey, like if you remove the hey, I probably wouldn't even bother comparing the two, because why not come to my place or why didn't you come to mine is once again practically the same thing. But just Zune adding that little bit of flavor text, they're saying, hey, it's like, what the fuck? Why are you ignoring me? Why didn't you come to my shrine? Why'd you go to this other god shrine? So it's just that embellishment. So I kind of wish maybe I should do this video with backshot, but I should see if or someone else who can read the Japanese raws, if something like a hey was also in the original. So that's more showing that Zune is taking more of a direct translation in that regard, where Seven Seas is completely ignored. Like, did they completely ignore a word that's like, hey, I'm offended, why didn't you come to mine? You know, that kind of thing. But also, if you're someone who does compare the Zune and Seven Seas translation a lot, you know that Seven Seas is known for not using a whole lot of different fonts. But the fact that they actually did use a font here for the Love God when he's so upset, it's like, why not come to my place? And it's funny, it looks to be the exact same font that Zune used, except it looks like Zune's is more bold, where theirs is just a little bit more regular, I guess, if it's not bold. Unboldened. So moving on, and this whole use of bold is definitely going to be very prevalent in this chapter, and it's like the biggest stark contrast when comparing Zune and Seven Seas. And this chapter, I think, is a great example of that. So getting into the actual dialogue now between the characters, instead of just narrator boxes. So with Zune saying, they say if 2 people walk through this if 2 people walk through this torii gate holding hands, their happiness is guaranteed. It said holding hands and walking under this arch will bring lifelong happiness. So, 2 completely different things. So once again, I don't want to say it's like cultural appropriation, is that the right word? I don't know. Localization, like I guess it's just that 4Kids effect from back in the day, where they just remove any kind of direct Japanese reference, because on the off chance that you are someone who is reading a Japanese manga about a Japanese high schooler, so that's just drenched in Japanese culture because they're supposed to be taking place in modern day Japan, but yet you don't know, at least know that they have those gates. Like, Now, granted, if you ask me just right off the bat, do I know what those gates are called? I'm like, no, I don't. I wouldn't know that they're called torii gates. I'm a bad Japanese fan that way. But I know they exist, and I know they're in front of shrines, and they're all over the place in certain spots. But I at least know they exist. So just removing the gate in general, it's like, you might as well make it a teaching moment. It's like, hey, this thing is called a torii gate. Have the balls to give something the reader to, hey, I want to Google what is a torii gate, and then learn all about it. But here they're just making, here's an arch. And once again, going back to the bold thing, where Zune puts that emphasis, I guess maybe Rentaro is putting an emphasis on it. It's like, their happiness is guaranteed. Like, he's excited. That boldness is showing that he's raising his voice. He's excited. Like, if we go through this torii gate holding hands, our happiness is guaranteed, based on what all the rumors are saying. Where if you look at the Seven Seas version, will bring lifelong happiness. Now, same thing, kind of just similar wording, same general aspect, but it's the emphasis that they put in with the bold, which is really cool. With a margin of error of 1/100 of a millimeter. Now, I'll give it to Zune. That's just the correct way to put it. But I do like the little bit of flavor Seven Seas put in. The allowed tolerance is plus or minus 0.01 millimeter. That's just a little bit funnier to me. It's like, yeah, let's put in the plus or minus and assume Rentaro actually said that. Now, Zune's is definitely the more correct way to go about putting that, but I do like their little bit of flavor here with the tolerance of a plus or minus 0.01 millimeter. And this is also another aspect to Zune that I definitely appreciate for them, is they have these characters' personalities down packed now, whether they are direct translations or just something that Zune has solidified to themselves, that each character has a very specific speaking pattern or a way that they talk in English. If it is more along those lines, that's just more impressive. But when you look at the Kurumi's line here of, if you look at the Seven Seas version, that's one very particular god, or the little bit of a slang there with Kurumi saying kind of picky for a god, that just helps show that Kurumi has a very different speaking way than other girls. And if you show me just that dialogue, that kind of picky for a god, I have a general idea of who could be saying that, because some girlfriends have that little bit of slang to them in their speak. And so Zune has just been a good job of keeping that pretty consistent. They hone in on a talking pattern for a character and they stick with it, where this is also the biggest downside to Seven Seas is that everything comes off as very generic. Zune is very good at giving every character their own flavor in their manner of speaking a lot of the time. And I think a good small example of this is the Kurumi saying kind of picky. It's like it's slang, and I'm trying to find the right word for it, but when you're saying something is, oh, that's very peculiar, or you say, you being kind of picky, there's just a certain personality to it. And then Rentaro says, still, I know we can do it. We got this. Yeah, same thing. It's not a whole lot. And then once again, you really see the difference in the bold here, where it's Karne and Mai, they're shouting. They're like, of course they're being their tsundere, so they're saying, it's not like I care about any of this kind of stuff or anything. And then you have the little bit of a different font with Kurumi's, where she's kind of saying like under her breath. Well, it's like, well, if you want to do it, Rentaro-senpai, stuff like that. But if you look at the Seven Seas version, it's all the same font, it's the same size. Okay, Kurumi's a little bit smaller, but that's only just because she has more dialogue, so they had to shrink it to make it fit in the bubble. It's the bold, and this is what I'm talking about when Seven Seas just seems so bland in a way. And not in a way, just it is bland in so many regards. They just don't have any personality to it. Now let's look at the actual text here. It's not like I care about that kind of stuff or anything. It's not like the sort of stuff makes me happy. To my recollection, I never said I like you or anything. And I never said that I like you. At least they put the little, what is it? Asterisk, not asterisk. Italicize on the like, and at least they gave him that. Thank you, Seven Seas, for these crumbs of personality. But this is also a good show off of what I mean by that certain characters have just more elaborate ways of speaking, or more simplified. Like Kurumi has a more simplified, slangy kind of talking, as Mai has a more sophisticated. So, as Mai would say, to my recollection, whereas Mai just in 7C just says, I never said that I did. But it's just a little bit more eloquent to say, to my recollection that I never said that I liked you. And they do this with a couple characters like Mai and Mei, who are more refined in that way. They would have more eloquent speech. Speaking of refined speech, let's talk about dog crap. So it's pretty much the same thing. I just don't want to step in any dog crap on the side of the road. I'm only standing close to you because I don't want to step on poop that might be on the sides of the path. It just flows better just to say on the side of the road instead of sides of the path. But it is funny to see dog crap and dog poop right next to one another. That's a sentence I never thought I'd say. But saying something like dog crap is something so much more in line with how we've seen Karane so far, especially like in the anime, both the English and Japanese versions. She is more likely to say is some kind of just off, I don't know what the word is, but you know, just want to say dog crap, you know, that kind of thing. Instead of saying something like dog poop, she's more likely to swear. Like if this series had swearing in, Karane would be swearing up a storm. I just know it. Give me the swearing chapter. Now, once again, here comes that refinement with Mai. I'm using this to rehearse for when I come here with my dear sister, instead of I'm only practicing for when I visit this place with my dear sister. Once again, it's that adding just a little bit of a more sophisticated vocabulary to the character. But I guess you could also see this as keeping it simple for all audiences, or whoever could be reading this. But once again, take the opportunity to introduce more words and more vocabulary to your reader. Use words like rehearse instead of just practice. Yeah, with the way I'm going through panel, I'm only going to go over this one chapter. If you want me to go over more chapters, let me know. They say if two people pat the statue's head at the same time, their happiness is guaranteed. Once again, leaning into that, Rentaro is putting emphasis on something, that their happiness is guaranteed. But you have to get the timing just right. The statue is said to grant eternal happiness to any couples who rub its heads. Yeah, see, there's just something about, maybe just a me thing, but the way the words go, to any couple who rubs its heads, that that triple hit of rubs its heads, you know, that SSS right there, just kind of sounds a little off. I don't know if that's maybe just a me thing, but I definitely try to avoid that kind of talk whenever I speak naturally. I try to avoid that. I try to avoid just repeating consonants like that. So rubs its heads kind of just rubs me the wrong way. So that's just leaning to me on Zune, where it says you got to rub the head at the same time. But you got to do it at the exact same time, but you just get the timing just right. Once again, it's flavor text, getting the timing just right, which leans into the joke of, wait, is this a rhythm game? Or you gotta do it at the exact same time, what is this, some kind of rhythm game? Using the phrase, get the timing just right, does lean into the joke of, wait, is this a rhythm game? Instead of, well, you just gotta do the exact... Now, it is the same thing, yes, but it just feels more natural, I guess, when you're leaning into the joke. Now, you can make the argument to say, but you gotta do it at the exact same time, is natural dialogue. But when you're doing a setup of a joke or a pun like this, it's best to lean into it more with the get the timing just right. So it is like a rhythm game. And then I know we can do it, or I believe in our love, we can do it. I don't know, it sounded more corny. I know Rentaro's a very corny guy, but even that's pushing it. It's like, yeah, come on, let's do this rhythm game together, we can do it. It just sounds better. I don't really feel like trying or anything like that. I don't really care. Now, these are two completely different sentences. Now, they are saying the same thing, but they are saying two completely different things. I don't really feel like trying or anything, like I said, I don't really care. So that's interesting. Now, this is definitely where I would prefer someone like Backshots or someone who has access to the RAWs and can read them, say, like, what is the closer translation? Because these are two different things. These are just two completely different phrases. And then I think... Okay, I'll give this one to 7Cs. I do kind of like this one. Here with Zune, Mai's just kind of shouting, I'm my dear sister's little sister, just, you know, it's like her verbal tick. It's like, I'm just shouting, I'm my dear sister's little sister. And here they actually lean into the little bit of a eloquent speech. I am first and foremost dearest sister's little sister. Now, where's that flavor text earlier in the chapter? Like, you got it. And that's my problem with 7C so many times. It's like, you have this, like, personality or flair or something, and then you do it like this one time, and then it's bland the rest. So I'll give it to 7Cs on this one, where I do like Mai's little shouting here. I am first and foremost my dear sister's little sister. I do actually like that. Instead of just my John, I'm my dear sister's little sister. And then once again, it's a complete change of dialogue where Zune has, well, I guess I don't mind. She's kind of just like stammering or whatever. It's like, well, I guess I don't mind. I guess we'll do it. Whereas whereas Kurumi in the Seven Seas version is just kind of accepting, like, okay, fine, I'll do it. It's just patting a statue. Let's get this over with. Let's do this. And then this is kind of funny with the whole the statue where Zune decided to just remove the text entirely and just throw in some text there just saying two-headed King Jizu. Whereas in the Seven Seas, they just left the Japanese completely there and just put up a little translation notes that signed two-headed King Jizu. Also, that's spelled differently. Gizouggizo, Jinzo. So that's kind of interesting. Now, once again, that kind of leans into why did we remove any mention of the Torii Gate? If you're going to leave the Japanese text in there and sign like, hey, this is what this text says, instead of just remove it entirely and put, like what Zune did, and put in the two-headed King Zhao sign. It doesn't look great because, you know, it's this long strip made for Japanese text, and you're just plastering some English text on there. It doesn't look great, but it does its job. Whereas in the Seven Seas, you just leave the Japanese text there, but you put a translation note. So it's just interesting to go two completely different ways with this. Neither of them right, neither of them wrong, but it's just interesting to see one do one way and one do the other. I think I prefer, actually, what Seven Seas did, just leaving it there. I think that's what a lot of others do, maybe. I can't remember now. But, yeah, it's just funny to see it's just two completely different things. Don't think I'm scared of getting shocked by static electricity. I just don't want you to think I'm scared by getting zapped by static electricity. I just don't like this line in general, so I don't think I want to talk about it much. It's like, do statues conduct static electricity? Am I not touching enough statues to notice that? I should only take this chance to dust it off so my dear sister's gorgeous hands don't get dirty. I'm only cleaning it so dear sister won't dirty her hands when we visit later. Now, I kind of actually like what Seven Seas did here. Whereas Mai is saying here, I should take the chance to do this so my sister's hands won't get dirty. Where in Seven Seas, she's implying that I'm doing this right now with my hand. As I'm rubbing it, I'm cleaning it so my dear sister's hands won't get dirty when we visit later. Like, they threw in that little bit of lines like, oh, we're going to do this. We're going to come later and do it, so I'm getting everything prepared. So I kind of like that. Point to Seven Seas for that one. This is weird. Next to these two, I seem outright honest. Gotta say, when these two are around, I come across as way more straightforward. Okay, yeah. This flows a little bit better. Zune's flows a little bit better. This is weird. Next to these two, I seem outright honest. Gotta say, when these two are around, I come across as way more straightforward. You know, it would work, but I don't think with Kurumi's facial expression. I think if maybe she had a different facial expression, this Seven Seas version might have worked. It's really convenient to have someone in the whole group willing to be proactive and jump into the flirting first, like Hikari-senpai, but I guess it's not so bad without her for a change. It's a lot easier to play along when someone like Hikari-senpai takes the lead, but I don't really mind this. Okay, you know what, I think I actually kind of like Seven Seas just a little bit more on that. It's easier to play along when someone like Hikari-senpai takes the lead. I like that use takes the lead. It's really convenient to have someone in the group. Okay, now I do kind of like that too with Zune, saying, yeah, I have all these other fellow girlfriends who are much more flirty than I am, and I could just follow their lead. So that's kind of nice. Okay, maybe I just kind of like both of them. They're both good. And I like the use willing to be proactive and jump into the flirting first. I like that. I really do like that. It's a lot easier to play. Once again, it's just simpler. It's a lot easier to play along when someone like Hikari-senpai takes the lead. But I do like Zune's version, but I guess it's not so bad without her here for a change. It's like, here's this opportunity for me to do something a little different than my norm, and let's do it. Whereas Kurumi and Seven Seas just go like, I don't really mind this. Today I feel like I can be a bit more proactive myself. I can try being different today. I'll try being more forward today. So I guess it just comes down to, do you prefer the word proactive or do you prefer the word forward? Because they're basically saying the same thing. It's like, today I feel like I can try being different today. I feel like just a thesaurus right now. I'll try being more forward today. I can bit more. Okay, I do kind of like where Zune does less. I can be more proactive myself. Like, this is Kurumi looking inward going, I can be more proactive myself. I'll try being more forward today. It's not bad. Oh, look at that, Rentaro-senpai. Let's go. Look, Rentaro-senpai. Let's go check that out. Okay, point to 7Cs for that one. I kind of like just that little bit of, instead of just let's go check that out. I like that. Okay, sure. Still feeling a bit hours. Still shy regardless. Still shy regardless wins there. Sure. Okay. Once again, showing that little bit of a slang there, and is it even slang when you just take off the O of okay? I don't know. What are the kids using these days? Ooh, they say if two people express their love while lifting the stone, their happiness is guaranteed. Once again, it's using that their happiness is guaranteed, and emboldening that is just kind of making it a reoccurring joke. Whereas, which is what you want in a series like this, as it's a very repetitive series of catchphrases and whatnot. So Rentaro making his own little catchphrase here, it's like, we're going to do all these little activities and make sure our happiness is guaranteed. It's like, we just got to do all these activities where there's just a nut, it's kind of there, but making it bolden in its own paragraph, as you see here, their happiness is guaranteed. It's like, it's not an afterthought, but like a note of Rentaro saying this, like, oh, they say if two people express their love while lifting their stone, pause, their happiness is guaranteed. You know, something like that. He's like, he's got to throw that at the end there. And if we lift this rock together and declare our love, it will grant us eternal happiness. Like, okay. Is this the only blessing we can get here? Does everything here do the same thing? Once again, it's just using better, cooler words like, is this the only blessing? Or is it just, does everything here do the same thing? Once again, it's that repetitive thing. Does everything here do the same thing? Now, granted, that's hard to avoid in the English language. So many words end with thing. Wait, hold up. I've been forcing my junior to take the lead this whole time. I mean, Mai hasn't been dating Rentaro very long at all. If anyone's got to take the lead here, it ought to be me. Once again, it's Karane. You see this little bit of flavor text in Karane's speech where it oughta be me. And when I hear a phrase like that, I know it's got to be someone like a Kurumi, a Karane. Certain characters, when Zune is translating them, has this little bit of, once again, personality, flair to it, and it's oughta. It's using that slang. Gosh, I'm so pathetic making Kurumi take the lead for us. As for Mai, she's only recently started dating Rentaro. I should be the one to take charge. So once again, it's just that flavor text of, it ought to be me to do this. Also, I do like the, wait, hold up. I know Zune uses that a lot, like back up, hold up. They use that a lot, which I don't mind, I like it. I'm so pathetic making Kurumi. Gosh, I'm so pathetic. No. Karane would not say gosh. But this is also just something of where Zune is making a more direct translation and keeping the Japanese culture in, where there is that emphasis on my seniors, my senpais, my juniors, my kohais, and all that. So seeing that, yeah, Karane is making her junior take this lead this whole time, which is definitely not very in Japanese culture. It's like, no, I'm the older one. I got to be taking the charge of this. So, I mean, they do lean into that. They just take away the Japanese flair of like, my junior is doing this. My junior's taking the lead, where Karane is just more like being deprecative. Is that the word, deprecative? It's like, God, I'm so pathetic. Oh man, I'm sorry, Kurumi. I was like, I should be doing this, not you. So it's just the removal of the Japanese culture, which, okay. My preference is for lifting tables together with my dear sister on the job. I would prefer to lift desks on the job with dear sister. Same thing. Once again, it's just not 17. It's Zune doing their job. They're doing their great job of giving characters like Mai just a little bit more eloquent vocabulary, like we see with Meru and other characters. They just have a more heightened vocabulary. My preference is lifting tables, whereas I would prefer to lift desks. Well, also, why is it tables and desks? I just realized that. Like, you're a maid of an estate. You're gonna be lifting more tables than desks. All right. Well, let's do it already, Rentaro. Come on, let's get on with it, Rentaro. Okay, same thing. Although I do kind of prefer the sure thing instead of the okay here. That 7Cs did. Love you, Karane. Look, the exact same. Also, it's now making me realize they're using the exact same fonts. What? Right. It said you got to express your love. That's right. We have to say we have to love each other. That is. If we let this run, declare our love. We have to sit in that. So this one makes it more actually flow better, because here at who express their love, and then says, oh yeah, we gotta express our love in the quotation. Whereas Carney doesn't even use that expression, where it's just, that's right, we have to say we love each other. So, yeah, both points to, like, consistent dialogue, or I guess we can call that referencing to a previous line of dialogue or something. It just works better. I like, you gotta throw in that yeah. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I love you. Alright, now probably one of my least favorite lines in probably the entire manga. I just don't like this line. Lunch ain't complete without soybeans, the meat of the field. Long beans are used in stir fries. You both lose. I don't like... Now, Grant, I really wish... I want to know, like, what the original line is. Like, what is a direct translation of this, and how did you two, both Zune and Seven Seas, come to this? It's like, what are these lines? Lunch ain't complete without soybeans, the meat of the field. Long beans are used in stir fry. I don't like either. Let's move on. Karane shoots and she scores. This is the wrong way to throw a bowling ball. Yeah, Zune is the only one that mentions it, like what kind of ball it is. Like, what does it say? While lifting this stone. So, I mean, yeah, we can kind of see it in this picture. It's just a big orb. I mean, I guess it's weird to call it a bowling ball when it's not a bowling ball. It's in just a stone orb. But that doesn't make Seven Seas' version any better. It's like, okay, my girlfriend just threw this very heavy orb at me, and what I'm gonna say is Carney shoots and she scores. What? But at least with Zune saying this is the wrong way to throw a bowling ball, it adds some oomph to it, where it's like, oh yeah, this is a very heavy object that she just threw at me. It's like, oh yeah, it's a bowling ball. Instead of just shouting some catchphrase, Carney shoots and she scores. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. It's fine, I'll take all your love, whatever form it may take. Don't worry, I'll always accept your love, no matter what form it takes. Same thing. Now, following that, one of my least favorite lines in the whole manga comes to one of my favorite lines in the whole manga. Kurumi saying, some things are better dodged. You should learn to dodge some of it. Oh yeah, Zune wins this, no problem. And just the way the sentence goes, like, some things are better dodged, just the way she's yelling that. I mean, it's not bad. You should learn to dodge some of it. And once again, it just comes off more bland, I guess. You should learn to dodge some of it. I don't know, if I had to rewrite this, it's some things are better dodge. If I had to say something like, you should learn to dodge some of it, just cut off, like, the first part of that sentence, like, learn to dodge, or about just, learn to dodge, or just something else like that. Maybe it's because I'm so used to Kurumi's speech being more cut, shorter, and slangy, where you should learn to dodge them is more of a complete sentence, where some things are better dodged is just a bit more cut and to the point. And that's how I think Kurumi should be talking. So yeah, I love that line. Some things are better dodged. They say if two people ring this bell together there, and then it just gets cut off. Once again, they're leaning back into the joke that Rentaro is constantly repeating this phrase, and then they take their own spin on it there. It's like he gets cut off. When a couple rings this bell together, they'll be happy for... No, he's been saying different things, so... yeah, we don't know what he was going to say. but in the Zune version, we can tell and he was going to say the rest of the phrase, their happiness will be guaranteed. It's like, I want to try, let's go. Not before I give it a shot, we're doing this. It's just so different, like, let's go, I want to try. It's like, oh, let me try, or come on, let's go, and both ways. I'm not a fan of really either version. Not before I give it a shot. We're doing this, Rentaro. I definitely like the more assertiveness of Karane here. It's like, oh, here's Karane coming in. It's like, okay, let's go do this, and Karane butts in's like, no, not before I give it a shot. We're gonna do it, which directly leads right into the punchline of the next panel, which is Karane literally throwing him into the bell. Whereas we're doing this, Rentaro just doesn't make sense. It's like, I mean, I get it that she's trying to be more forceful. It's like, no, Kurumi, step aside. I'm going to do this. We're doing this, Rentaro. We're doing the bell. But they could have done that. And what is with this font that they're using here? It's like the one time I don't want you to use a weird font, you use a weird font. We're doing this, Rentaro. Is that supposed to represent that she's being shaky in her speech? Like, maybe that's so because with Zune they go with not before I give it a shot. She has that stammer. It's like, we're doing this, Rentaro. It's like, what is this, Fen? We're doing this, Rentaro. I don't know. You could have done better. If you want to say we're doing this, Rentaro, it's like, maybe have her be more forceful. Like, no, we're doing this, Rentaro. Like, put a no in there. Kind of like what I said at the beginning. It's like where Love God said, hey. It's like, no, lean in with something. It's like, no, we're doing this, Rentaro. Have her be like, no, we're doing this. I'm gonna take priority here. Karane Senpai is a tall tsundere, so why is she forcing herself through this? Wow, Karane Senpai she's usually a big tsundere. How is this any different? Why is 7C saying she's usually a big tsundere? She's always a big tsundere. She's being a big tsundere right now. Why are you saying usually? Why is she pushing herself? I mean, I guess with the way you're looking at it, it's a total tsundere, so why is she forcing herself like that? I mean, tsunderes don't force themselves like this, I guess. Okay, why don't we ring it together, Mai? Come have a go with me too, Mai. No, that just sounds weird. Come, have a go with me too, Mai. I don't know about you, but I will now ring my... I don't know about you... Okay, wait. Zune, I don't know about you, but I will now ring the bell with my invisible sister, so you just do whatever you feel like during that. Just keep that in mind. You're welcome to hold the bell pull and stand beside me as I ring it with a mental simulation of dearest sister. I don't think I like either. Yes, it is my dear sister whom I love. Right, my love is for my sister and nobody else. At least 7C's used whom. I'll give him credit for that. Rentaro-san is but a wicked villain being between us. Rentaro is nothing but an obstacle in my way. Okay, points to Zudon for that one. I like that. Rentaro-san is but a wicked villain getting between us. I like that. Give Mai a little bit more of a theatrical vocabulary. It's like, it's a wicked villain. He's so close. He's standing so close. Also, it's funny to see like the 7Cs leaves the Japanese and just kind of leaves the little subtitle squeeze, and whereas Zoom removed all that, just put grip. Ah, so close. His face is so close. So handsome. So handsome, too handsome. No, I like the hot. His face is so close and so hot. So handsome, too handsome. Yeah, no, Rentaro-san is my enemy. He needs to steal my sister away. Rentaro-san is my enemy. A knave scheming to steal my dear sister. Where did she get this theatrical thespian vocabulary all of a sudden? A knave scheming to steal my dearest sister from me. I am not smitten with him. I do like the I am not smitten with him, but I gotta give it to a little bit with Zune here with the my heart isn't thumping super. It's not like leaning into that she is a tsundere. It's using that whole, but I don't really like you kind of speak. So both of you win points on that one. I like both. I only got all dressed up for today's date so I wouldn't bring shame to my sister as her little sister maid. Not because I was crazy excited for the date, and definitely not because I wanted Rentaro-san to think my outfit was cute. As for today's date, ... I only dressed up and made myself decent so I don't disgrace myself as dear sister's little... Fucking my. So I don't disgrace myself as dearest sister's dear little sister. I think it's actually worse in the 7C's version. My dear sister, little sister. My dearest sister's dear little sisters. Too many dears. No. Not because I was excited for the date. Certainly not because I wanted to look cute for him. Okay, a little bit more bonus points for 7C's on that. Where I kind of like, that's certainly not because I wanted to look cute. Now granted, they could have maybe emphasized that a little bit more. Because maybe it could be certainly not because I want to look... Certainly not because I wanted to look cute for him. Now, it's only me reading this, putting that emphasis on certainly, like, certainly... I hit my mic. Certainly not because I wanted to look cute for him. Now, I do like also what Zoom put it, and definitely not because I wanted to render to think my outfit was cute. So, kind of the same thing, just putting it definitely or certainly. But both are good. I do like this, what 7C's did. As for today's date, ... I do like that. It's like, well, for today's date, I only wanted to look good. So, pretty good. I just have to ring this and get this over with. Enough, let me ring this thing and get it over with. Like, they actually cut off the width here. I do kind of like the enough! Let me ring this thing and get it over with. I just have to ring this and get a skirt. Slip. Quack. Another day, another quack. Ka-clang, ka-clang, ring, ring, ring. Clumsy made catapult. A cute, clumsy catapult. Potato, potato. I think I prefer Zune's a cute, clumsy catapult. Skirt slide. That was close. You almost got dirty. I'd hate for that to happen. Such a cute outfit. I love you. That was close. I would have been ashamed if your cute dress got dirty. I love him. Same thing. Okay, not too bad. I do kind of like Rentora's speech. It would have been a shame if your cute dress got dirty. I do kind of like that. No, 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 no. I don't. No, no, I don't. I don't. Get these sound effects off of me. Arrgh. No, 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 I don't. I don't love him. I do not. Stop it, author. Don't put my heartbeats on the page. I like that. See, where's that creative freedom? It almost feels like between like the beginning of this chapter and now, it almost feels like did 4 different people work on the translation of this at 7 Seas? Keep the person who is giving this dialogue more of the whole chapter, just the whole project. Stop it, author. Don't put my heartbeats on the page. I like that. Now, get these sound effects off me is really cool, but I also do like my calling out the author too. It's like, stop it, author. Don't put my heartbeats on there. You know, combine these two and you have the perfect one. It's stop it, author. Get these sound effects off me, or stop it, author. Don't put these sound effects off me. Don't put these sound effects off me. Let's combine these two and we'll have the perfect phrase. Yeesh, Kurumi-san, are you feeling well? Your heart's going crazy. Oh dear, Kurumi-san, are you alright? Your heart seems to be thumping. I do like the ish, but it does seem more in line with what Mai's vocabulary is to actually use. Oh dear, Kurumi-san, are you alright? I do like, are you feeling well? Okay, once again, we need to like combine these two and we'll have the perfect one. Stop pinning your sound effects on me. Hey, don't try to pass your sound effects on me. I do like that more with Zunes. Like, don't try to pass your sound effects on me. I do like that more than pin your sound effects on me. Which, I don't know, something just the idea of passing on the sound effects to someone else instead of just putting them on someone else is just more interesting. My heart is definitely not thumping super hard. My heart most certainly is not making this din. Is that a typo? Or am I just not remembering what the word din is? I'll have to look that up. is making this ding? It's supposed to be ding? Like D-I-N-G? Ding, ding, ding? Not making this ding? I don't know. Moving on. Before I look more like an idiot. Chatter, chatter, I love you. Chatter, chatter. Huddle, huddle. Huddle, huddle. Why is everyone huddling? When does huddling make a sound effect? Oh, the shout your love for the whole shrine to hear contest. They call it the crying out love in the center of the shrine contest. I don't really like either. Okay. And the first place prize is Together Forever charms. First prize is a charm that binds a couple together forever. I think I prefer Zunes there because, like, and the first place together prize is Together Forever charms. Oh, I just realized it's Karane saying that. Okay, now that I realize, I thought Rentaro actually was saying that line, but it's Karane who's saying that. Okay, now I actually prefer Zune's version of this. If Karane is the one saying this, it's like she is now being drenched in feel like, and the first place prize is Together Forever charms? Like she's now panicking, like, oh my god, no. Whereas in 7 Seas, she's going, first prize is a charm that binds a couple together forever. With that exclamation point, it doesn't sound worried, whereas like that ... that Zune is using here. And the first place prize is Together Forever charms? Yeah, so Zune definitely takes it. I just thought it was Rentaro just completely going to like, oh, it's this contest and the first place prize is Together Forever charms. Yeah, the more you see when you reread stuff. But yeah, I didn't realize it was Karane who was saying this. Yeah, now that like I said, now that I realize it's Karane saying this, Zune's is so much more better. If a couple wants to participate, one shouts their love first, and then we rank you based on the loudness of the reply. First, we have one half of the couple declare their love, then we measure the loudness of their partner's response. I do kind of like 7 Seas' way of saying that. It definitely sounds more like a rules. One half shouts, then we measure the loudness of their partner's response. Basically the same thing, but I think I like 7 Seas just slightly more. We're a group of 4, but can we join too? Can we enter as a group of 4? I like the more just direct with Zunes. Can we enter as a group of 4? 4? I guess you can if it's just you. I guess you can if it's just you giving the reply, Mr. Boyfriend. I suppose as long as we only measure the one boyfriend. Well, I mean, there's no other guys here. How is there gonna be more than one boyfriend? Okay, point to Zune on that one. We have a last-minute entry, Aijo-san's group, and our next participants are last-minute drop-ins, Aijo-san and his girlfriends. What drop in? I never... Do I ever hear the word drop in? I know drop out. Huh. Drop in just sounds weird. Okay. Aijo-san and his girlfriends. Aijo-san... Just group just sounds better. Aijo-san and his girlfriends. Let's hear the girlfriends all shout their love first. Will the first of the girlfriends please declare her love to him? Girl, I guess I have to step up. I guess it's up to me. I'll go. That's direct. I'll go. But I think I'd actually do prefer the but here instead of the huh. She's still forcing herself. She's pushing herself again. Same thing. Oh, right. I get it. I accept she's doing it for us. Oh, I get it. She's doing it for us. Yeah, I like that. I like Zun's way. It's more like a realization. Oh, right. I get it now. She's doing it for us. Thanks, senpai. Thank you. Gotta remove that senpai. I know we can always rely on you. We can always rely on you. Not in front of them. Well, I can't go making a fool of myself now. Once again, just that better flavor dialogue. Making a fool of myself rather than I can't mess things up in front of them. Rentaro, I love you. Oh, yeah, this is... Actually, this panel right here might have been what convinced me to make this video. Whereas Karna goes, I love you, but don't think that means I like you or anything. But in 7 Seas, it's, I love you, as if that's true. Like, what? Like, her whole catchphrase is, but don't think that means I like you or anything. Like, no, you gotta use her catchphrase. Yeah, this panel actually might have been what convinced me to make this video. So yeah, blow it out of the water, Zune. That's so much more better, because it's like, I love you, but that doesn't mean I like you. It's like that crazy, like, tsundere-ness. It's so much better than as if that's true. I won't let a single decibel pass me. I'll take it all in my ears and my chest. I'll turn it into love. I have to catch every single decibel from her and convert it all in love with my ears, with my heart. Where'd the heart come from? And now the next girlfriend. Now the next person, please. Still so embarrassing. I've got to speed this up. Here I thought I was going to do the whole volume. I'm going to be doing a whole hour just on this one chapter. But this could be fun. Like I said, if you guys like this, me just breaking this down, just recommend another chapter for me. And whenever I'm bored at night and just want to yell about 100 Girlfriends again, I can compare a chapter. But it has to, of course, be a chapter that's been released by 7 Seas. What happened to that cool Kurumi's son who came with Chiyo's-san to come pick me up on that day? My first day at the mansion in a maid uniform, I wasn't embarrassed. My first day at the mansion in a maid uniform, I wasn't embarrassed. My grandmother used to tell me there is no shame in lacking confidence, only in showing you lack it. When I first put on my maid uniform, I wasn't embarrassed at all. My grandmother said lacking confidence is nothing to be ashamed of. Revealing it, however, is. Once again, it's like very similar, just close enough to just be like, my first day at the I wasn't embarrassed. They're both awkward. I will say that. This first bubble here from my first day at the mansion in a maid uniform, I wasn't embarrassed. When I first put on my maid uniform, I wasn't embarrassed at all. They're both kind of awkward. I don't like that sentence structure. My grandmother used to tell me there is no shame in lacking confidence, only in showing you lack it. My grandmother said lacking confidence is nothing to be ashamed of. Revealing it, however, is. I think I prefer Zun's way version of this. It has that punch of a anecdote or a saying. It's like, there is no shame in lacking confidence, only in showing you lack it. Because that repetition of lacking confidence and showing you lack it, it's what all the great sayings are made of. Like, when you have that, like, it loops back around. Whereas lacking confidence, nothing to be ashamed of. Revealing it, however, is. I think that comma is what's throwing me off there. It's like, revealing, however, is. So it's still good. It's still a good saying, but I definitely prefer Zun's version of it. What happened to that cool Kurumi-san who came with Chiyo-san to pick me up on that day? I still remember when you and Chiyo-san came to console me. What happened to that inspirational Kurumi-san? I actually kind of like that. It is worded weirdly, but just the way it's being delivered, I kind of prefer. I still remember... No, I definitely wouldn't have led with that. I still remember when you and Chiyo-san came to console me. I like that. Came to console me. I like that. Once again, here's this better dialogue. Who was in charge of the earlier parts of this chapter who was not giving them unique dialogue? But I do like Zun's here's what happened to that. It's like, yo, where's that better Kurumi that, came to come pick me up? To that inspirational Kurumi-san. It's like, okay, we need to swap that, because what happened, I just realized this, they both use that, what happened to that blank, that Kurumi. Like, they just swapped where they put him. And what reason do you have to be embarrassed anyway? You're a friend of my sister's little sister. And as my dear sister's little sister's friend, how could you possibly be embarrassed about anything? Same thing. Basically the same thing. What does that even mean? You just take any chance to brag about Mason, don't you? Come on, it always comes back to bragging about Mason, doesn't it? I think I prefer the Zoom version here. What does that even mean? It's like, you just take any chance to talk about May. You never even think about how much you love May. Mai really loves Mason. She's never hidden that. Yeah, okay. And that's cool as heck. No, that doesn't work. Now, you're definitely in the right realm there with how Kurumi should be speaking, saying, that's cool as heck. That is definitely a Kurumi-like saying, but not here. And that's exactly what's so cool about you. And once again, Zune honing in on how these characters speak. It's like, I love you, got it! Instead of just, Red Toro Senpai, I love you. It's like, no, that got it is definitely a Kurumi-like thing. And now the next one, and next please. I'll take this chance to shout my love for my dear sister. I will be declaring my love for my dear sister inside. Now see, another way of just the way they're starting these sentences. Zune definitely has this a lot more often, where it's like, I'll take this chance to shout my love for my dear sister. Whereas, when you start a sentence like, I will be declaring my love for my dear sister instead, it just doesn't feel right to me. Where the Zune's version goes, I'll take this chance to shout my love for my dear sister, it just feels like a better I'm sure there's a better word for it, but I can't think of it. Hey, you sure you ain't gonna regret that? Sure you won't regret that? Once again, it's that flavor text on Karane. It's like, hey, you sure you ain't gonna regret that? It's her unique way of talking, whereas, once again, we get the blandness bland over here. It's like, sure you won't regret that? It's like, this is probably like the perfect example of the blandness of 7Cs sometimes. I do think I actually prefer O. What do you mean? From 7Cs here, it's like, oh, instead of huh? But Rentaro-san is my enemy, he wants to take my sister away from me, so I hate him, I don't like him, not even one little bit. But Rentaro-san is my sworn enemy, he's trying to steal my dearest sister from me, I hate him, I don't love him, not one bit. I do like the use of sworn enemy, once again leaning into that, like, theatrical vocabulary that we got from Wicked Villain. Rentaro-san is my enemy, he needs to take my sister away from me. Rentaro-san is my sworn, he's trying to steal my dearest sister from me. Yeah, I like that. I know, I understand how you feel. I get that. I mean, I know I understand how you feel. Look, it'll be fine. I promise you, don't worry about it. Just vent your true feelings. Everything will be fine. Relax and let him know how you really feel. I mean, just for the use of the phrase vent your true feelings, just a little bit better. Just a little bit better use of vocabulary. But Rentro's the kind of guy who'll accept every last thing you have to say and love you regardless. But Rentro's special. He'll accept and love everything about you no matter what. Yeah, just because of the way Zune uses, but Rentro's the kind of guy that's once again leaning into that slangy way that Karane talks. Rentro's the kind of guy. After all, that's what you want to do anyway, yeah? That's what you want, isn't it? Once again, I think I just gotta give it to Zune just for that slang of you want to do anyway, yeah? Instead of, that's what you want, isn't it? My true feelings, my true... Even more weird because her name is Mai. It's like, my true feelings or Mai's true feelings. I guess that's... Huh. I guess this changes depending on who is saying that. My true feelings definitely... It's Mai saying this, but Mai's true feelings definitely makes it so that looks like it's Karane saying that. That's interesting. Huh. Rentaro-san, I hate you. Seriously. Rentaro-san, I hate you. What? Seriously is definitely better. Seriously. It's like you're actually doing it. Herc. Shrivel. Why is he shriveling? Also, I love this. Observe the diagram. It's just diagram. How Mai feels about Rentaro. Mai's feelings for Rentaro. Hate, love. I hate you for trying to steal my sister away from me, and I hate how confused I get by your ridiculously handsome face. I hate how you're trying to steal my dear sister from me, and I hate how you keep bewitching me with the world's handsomest face. Now, as awkward as the world's handsomest face is, I kind of like it. Just because she's saying this in a panic state. I hate how you're trying to steal my sister away from me is pretty much the same thing. But at least 7Cs actually goes into continue for her to say my dearest sister from me. Whereas Zune just went, I hate for trying to steal my sister away from me. But I do like the simplicity of Zoon's here. It's like, I hate how confused I get by your ridiculously handsome face. Because that definitely sounds like your typical, like, anime love confession. It's like, I hate you, and I hate how hot you are, and I hate how you make me feel, and, you know, stuff like that. It's like, wait, I didn't mean that. But there's a little bit more flavor here with Maya. It's like, I hate how you keep bewitching me with the world's handsomest face. So I kind of like that. It's awkward, but it's awkward in a way that makes sense of Maya's like, yeah, I'm stammering right now, and I hate how you keep bewitching me with the world's handsomest face. You know, stuff like that. So, yeah, I like that. I just really hate you. I hate. Okay. Same thing. But as much as I hate you, I love you a million times more. But a million times more than that, I love you. Nah, Zoom takes it here. But as much as I hate you, I love you a million times more. And now maybe in like a an anime setting, 7C's version might work better, because if you imagine her going, I hate you, but a million times more than that, I love you. But in the way that the panels are structured in pages, actually, I think Zoon's works better, because I just really hate you, but as much as I hate you, I love you a million times more. So, interesting. So wait, no, I did not mean to say that. No, I didn't say that. Nah, Zoon takes it there. Wait, no, I didn't mean... It's like, it's her stammer. It's like, wait, what did I just do? And whereas Mai in the 7C is like, no, I didn't say that. Okay, let's see how the boyfriend responds. Am I seeing things? Wait, no, I think he's literally... And now that the boyfriend has been shown his girlfriend's love, could this be an illusion? A visual metaphor? He's turning into Shin Godzilla. He's looking more and more like Shin Godzilla. Nah. And this is also one of the biggest examples of Zoon going above and beyond with the text. And look at the text here with Zoon and how it's breaking out of the bubble, or the diamond. It's not really a bubble here. And it's all this different font. It's like intense looking. He's turning into Shin Godzilla. It's like it's yelling. Whereas, yeah, I just realized in the 7C's version, he's looking more and more like Shin Godzilla. There's not even an exclamation point. Like, I'm pretty sure she'd be yelling this. Like, oh my god, this kid is turning into Shin Godzilla. I'd be yelling this. It's like, no, it's just, here's some static text again. Yeah, this image right here is probably the best thing you can show to, like, here's a fan scanlation, here's the official one. Can you guess which one has more passion put into it? And then the different I love yous, I didn't even realize it was this drastically different until right now. This big bubbly text, and then 7C's is just like that. It's that quivering text from earlier. So that's weird. Okay. And the winner is, and the meter says there was a meter? Where? Who said anything about a meter? Now, what's also interesting here is the 7C's version on the Together Forever charm. It's actually like English text. Like, is there supposed to be English text there? I have to look at the raws. Hold on, can I pull up the raws on this site? No. Damn. Okay. I'm actually curious. Maybe the Together Forever is there in English. I don't know. Oh, and the final joke here is probably the other panel that convinced me to make this video. So Rentaro says, we should go on a date like this again. It's like, I hope you all enjoyed the date. That's two completely different things. What? No, Zoon definitely wins at one here. We should go on a date like this again. So the whole joke of this panel is that they both say things that are food related, so it makes Kurumi get hungry. So they do go with two completely different puns here. So I've told you once, I've told you thrice, which has rice in it. I don't care. Don't try and curry favor with me. And then, just shut up. We're getting Indian food now. I hope you enjoyed the date. A date without Dear Sister is utter nonsense. I rate it 9 out of 100. What the fuck is that? 9 out of 10? Nonsense? 9 and non are not the same. 9 out of 10 nonsense. Forget about all of that. Let's get some curry or something. Now, Zoom blows this completely out of the water. It's, oh my god. I love this joke. This is probably one of my favorite just simple jokes of, I've told you once, I've told you thrice, I don't care. Don't try and curry favor with me. We're getting Indian food now. Okay, it kind of works. A date without deer scissors, utter nonsense. Like, that one works. Like, it's like nonsense. But I rate it 9 out of 100. So she's stammering the out. So I rate it 9 out of 100. Non out of 10. Like, where did you get non out of 10? Nonsense I get. Forget all that. Let's go get curry or something. And I just like the use of, let's go get Indian food instead of just, well, let's go get some curry. Let's look at the bonus panel here real quick. Quite the appetite, young lady. Love to see a healthy appetite. Would you care for more naan? You guys want more naan? Yes, please. Boy, would I! How long is the server smile gonna last, I wonder? Wonder when he'll stop laughing. Definitely Zune doing better. It's like, boy, would I! There's something better to that, just more personality. Alright. Well, that was fun. How long did I ramble? An hour. Oh my god. Yeah, definitely out of the whole volume. But this is one of my personal favorite chapters, so I definitely wanted to just blab about it and just compare the two. So if you like this rambling nonsense, and maybe I could get backtracks in here or something, and we can compare also to Raw's on a certain chapter. Name a chapter down below that you would want me to do this for if you enjoy this, and I'll make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and see you on the next review video. Bye.